Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using some a la carte items from Not Just for Boys Kit Club. I believe the papers, I just got the papers. I didn't get the whole collection, but I think they are from their Honeycomb kit from this last month. So hopefully they're still available. If not, I believe it is all from a new Fancy Pants Designs collection. So like I said, just decided to get the papers. I thought they were just really pretty papers. The colors were a little bit different than what I'm used to. So I did end up getting those, and then I love the little acrylic piece that I'm going to be using for my title. It says Be Happy. Just loved that piece, and so I needed something to go with it, so I bought the papers. I mean, isn't that how we all kind of end up with more than we need? So I decided to use the wood grain for kind of my background paper, but then I think it was like middle of the night, I was like, ooh, I should cut that down a little bit and use the yellow paper as a border, because I knew kind of how I wanted to use the papers, so to speak, with the layering. And so I ended up using the yellow paper as a border, and then because I gutted that, I had the extra little piece for the middle. I went through my stash because I knew I didn't have enough from just Not Just for Boys Kit Club to kind of complete the layout. So I went through my stash ahead of time to find things that might work. So that frame die cut is actually close to my heart. I have some Pink Fresh Studio titles that I thought I would be using. This doily here. A lot of stuff. So I knew how I wanted the layout, maybe the layers to look, and the placement of the photo and the title, but I didn't know how I wanted to embellish. And I'm not going to lie, I struggled embellishing this layout. Not everything comes easy to me, that is for sure. I have a hard time not scrapbooking with a kit. So yes, I bought the title and the papers, but I didn't have all those extras that would match, and that is kind of when I struggle. So I decided just to wipe clean kind of whatever I had down there and see what else I could come up with. So the backside of one of these papers I thought was nice. It was kind of white. And so I decided to use that to turn into I think a flag, because I didn't want that Be Happy title just to be floating. I wanted it to feel like there was, I guess, a base for it. And so I decided to have a strip kind of go behind my photo and across the pages, just to have something for that title to sit on. You can see it just kind of looks funny with it just floating there. And so that's why I found the backside, liked that it was like that same yellow, but a white. And I'm going to then place this down across. I did have to cut it because I wanted it longer than the yellow paper. And so luckily, it's going to go behind my photo. And so I was able to cut it and lengthen it a little bit. And now I feel like that Be Happy looks a little bit better. Like it's not just floating out in space. So now that I have that, this is where I really kind of struggle. I didn't love that the photo was just on white. So I did go into my, the cardstock packs from, I think I got them from Joann's, to try to find a like color. And so I found this kind of burgundy, and I think it matches pretty nicely. Kind of the color of the bees, maybe. I liked how that kind of brought in some of that. And I guess now that I'm looking at it, my lipstick is a little bit kind of more pinkish reddish. And so maybe it helps tie that brightness of my lipstick in as well. So like I said, this is where I struggle. That heart die, or piece at the top, that is from Close to My Heart. And I do like the way that that looks. I like the way that it fills in that space at the top. What I really struggle with is the bottom left. And then trying to, I don't know. I talk about this a lot, the visual triangle. It's supposed to be more pleasing for your eye. And I feel like I try to follow that a lot, but then struggle when it doesn't work for me or when I can't figure out a way to embellish in a triangle. And I think that's why I struggled with this layout, because I felt like I should or I have to embellish in a triangle, and it just was not working for this layout. It wasn't working for me. So I don't know. I have to be better about that. There's really no rules for scrapbooking. There's suggestions, obviously. This is for me, myself, my kids, my family. They have no idea about the visual triangle. They're not going to care. So I need to get better at giving myself grace, I guess. And just continuing to enjoy scrapbooking and having fun. I don't know. I think sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves that it has to be perfect. It has to look a certain way. And quite honestly, it doesn't. I don't know. It's just something I think I'm going to have to work on, especially with these these layouts that have one photo. I'm finding it harder to have that visual triangle. So when you're frustrated, just know that you're not alone in your frustration when you're scrapbooking. If you like it, that's truly all that matters. So just go with it. Everybody's style is different, so it doesn't really matter. All right, off of that, now that I'm kind of getting somewhere with my embellishing, I did decide to use a kind of more white doily at the bottom. And then I remembered I should check my Scrap and Happy Studio stash and found some heart flares that matched the colors pretty well. So I added one to the bottom there. And then found these kind of phrase stickers. They happen to be fall, but the colors I thought worked pretty well. So I'm going to add 3 of those to fill in the extra space of that doily there. And I'm kind of liking more so the way that this is turning out, and kind of, I remember thinking that I was kind of glad that I was almost done with this layout. I do like the end results. I love the colors of this collection, this kit. So yeah, I'm glad that it's almost done. The finishing touches, I went into my stash and found these little pearl gem things from Not Just for Boys. This is from a different collection. I've had these for quite a bit. But I decided to then just sprinkle them around because it was like a goldish and a brown, and they matched pretty well. So I put 3 up top with the title, and then just scattered some around the bottom left cluster there, to the top of the heart, to the bottom, and that's going to finish off this layout. So just remember, everybody struggles at some point, and not everything needs to be perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.